Hey, this is Adam Barber. I'm down on Cane Creek today, and I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk to you about a topic that we all like to talk about, and that's change. You know, everybody loves change, and I definitely say that sarcastically because nobody likes change. Change is difficult, change is painful, and change is even scary. You know, I know I've made a couple of major life changes in the last week, and that was about two more than I was really. I even saw them coming, but still, it was kind of uncomfortable going through that. But most of us are always talking about changes that we want to do in our lives. You know, we want to lose weight, or we want to read more books, or it could be even major life changes, like we want a better job, we want to move, or if you're somebody that, like I used to be on drugs and things like that years ago, you might be saying, well, I want this to change. I want my life to change. I want to get right with God, and all this, that, and the other, all these different things that we come up with. But most of us don't really want to change. What we want is those consequences of our actions to be different, or to be less. We might say something like, yeah, I want to quit drinking, or, I want to get off drugs or something like that, but really we don't. What we want to do is we want to keep using drugs and just have less bad things happen to us. So what we do is we don't put forth any action in trying to change. And that's the thing. It takes action to change, which is precisely why most of us don't want to do it. We don't want to step out and, get out of our comfort zone, kind of shake the identity that we have of ourselves, of whatever we've been living in. But we can do that, and we have to do that if we're going to be successful. And it not only has to be action, but it has to be appropriate action. If you're somebody that's in recovery, maybe newly in recovery or been in recovery a while, you're very familiar with a lot of the self-help material that's out there. I mean, there's a new book probably every couple minutes of the day. I mean, go to the self-help section of a bookstore, for the few brick and mortar stores that are still left, and you'll see that there's millions and millions of books. There's books on every subject of self-help: how to be a better you, your best life now, how to overcome this. And see, that's the problem, folks, is we're always going for self-help. When we're thinking about change that we want to make, we start looking at, what can I do to change myself? But the real change, the lasting change that's effective now and forever, is the change that Jesus does to us. And when we go to him, and we go to him exactly as we are. We don't try to clean up and say, I'm going to work through all this, God, and then I'm going to come to you and then you can fix me. We just come to him broken, messed up, and full of sin from head to toe, and he makes us into completely new creatures. And when he does that, those changes start to take place. Some people, it's very immediate. I had several things that were immediate, like the desire to get high, to get drunk, things like that. But there were other things that happened a little more gradually, like pornography, or some of the perversion that I was still thinking about in my own mind. I hate to say it, but that didn't happen instantly when I got saved. That dropped away gradually as I went forward. So, if you do get saved, you call out to God and you get saved, and you're saved, and those major things happen in your life, those major changes, but you still feel those other things, those other thoughts, those other desires that are creeping around in the back of your mind, don't give up. And don't think, well, God's let me down, or I've let God down. I have to try harder. I have to be a better person. Realize that he is working in you, and sometimes that work, he's perfecting your character. So he may do some things immediately, and then some things he does a little more gradually. But stay the course. Keep at it. Keep trusting him, because that's the only thing that's going to carry us through. So make sure you hit the subscribe button at the bottom. So if, when new content comes out, you'll get that. Maybe you like hearing it, maybe you don't, but you'll get it anyway. But anyway, I'm going to get to work. Y'all have a good day.